on Human Rights Radio 101.1. Let me welcome, I don't know who to welcome first, but okay, let me start with D1. He calls himself D1, but his name is Awoni Dayo. It's a pleasure to have you in the studio. Good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Praise. Hello, guys. My pleasure to be here this evening again. I'm so excited to even see my that right now. It's just like a source of inspiration.
It was a major tournament victory, in her own career. Just 20-year-old, and also Sloane Stephens. She won the U.S. Open just last year. But these two ladies are already in the final. Ostapenko knocked off Daniela Colin, while Sloane Stephens defeated Victoria Azarenka. D1, let me start with you. Just quickly, what are you looking forward to in this Greater Miami Open women's singles?
Yeah, it's going to be a cracker. If you look at their age range, you discover that they are still young. The energy is there. They know what it takes. And I'm so happy this time around. Reason be the fact that we see young players coming up to take the position of Venus Williams, Serena Williams, and they are doing very well this time around. And I think they just need to keep the tempo. They need to keep the momentum. And if they just continue the way it is presently, I believe Sky will just be their starting point because they still have age ahead of them. And they want to win many Grand Slams compared to their people that they are looking up to. And I think it will be a good encounter for them tonight. And at the end of the day, it can go either way because two of them, they are great players.
Okay, good summation. You raised a vital point as regards these two ladies are young, 20, 19, 20, within the same age bracket. They want to do a magic, and they've started already in a high note by winning Grand Slam and already also trying to win some master tournament. Can we start saying this moment we're seeing the end era to the likes of Serena Williams, Venus Williams? Mr. Aminu, do you think it's time to call Serena Williams, Venus Williams, Victoria Azarenka at this point, Agnieszka Rozewanka, out of the place and give the likes of Madison Keys, the likes of Sloane Stephens, and also Ostapenko the chance to roll the women's singles in tennis?
Yes, Praise, that is not only for the women. It also goes to the men, because I remember in one of our programs, ID1 and Ted, we discussed this exact issue that we're talking about, that it's high time the younger people are really taking over the tennis, and which is very, very good for the game. Because when you see young players coming up this way, that means the game is really improving. But you can't be repeating the same kind of faces every year in Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Djokovic, and you have to see new, younger generation coming up, taking over from these people, which is going to give the game a very bigger market, because younger people are coming on and taking up the mountain of leadership.
But unfortunately, the only person who seems to be coming of age in Africa is Kelvin Anderson. He's getting so old now. He was beaten by Alexander Zverev, in the quarterfinal stage. No Nigerian, as usual. Is that not sad that you look at the ATP Association Tennis professional ranking, first to about 1,000, that you won't see any Nigerian there? And even in the Women's Tennis Association ranking as well. Does that call for concern, really? That as it stands,
Yeah, it calls for a very big concern. I think the last time that Nigeria were in the ATP was during Osaro Amadi, the former female African champion. And after Osaro left, I don't think there's any other female or male that has been to that level.
I think to just buttress what Oga Aminu just said right now, the major problem we are having in this country is that we focus our attention majorly on football. We don't think about other sporting activities, and it's affecting us a lot. Because if you look at other countries that they are doing great, they know what a market value when it comes to other sports can rake in for them, not only football. And if you watch these matches that they are playing, you see crowd, spectators, fans coming out to cheer up their players, and from there you see huge amount of money that they are getting, not ordinarily from gate taking, but the sponsorship and other thing that entails. So we need to look inward and look at going to drawing board. Oga, we say that the drawing board is full already.
Yeah, of course, because during his time as an athlete, they were still going back to that. And if, he's an ex now for years, and we're still using the same drawing board, it is a good, don't finish. Okay, now let's, because of time, let's also look at the men's final tomorrow. It's going to be Alexander Zverev, a German young guy, also coming. In fact, he's going to be playing in his third Master final, and against John Isner, another old tennis player who actually recovered and knocked off Martin Del Potro and having a 15-match winning streak. Who, if I ask you, D1, who are you giving into tomorrow? Alexander Zverev of Germany or John Isner of United States of America?
I think I will give it to that German guy.
Oh, okay.
Reason be the fact that if you look at him, he's still young, and when you come to the game of tennis, it has to do with strength.
Yeah.
You need to be able to stretch yourself very well, and you must be mentally stable.
Yeah.
If you are not stable mental wise, it will affect your game. And you see, they are aged already. Let me put it that way. They've seen it all. The like of John Wilfred Songa, then they've played and they know what it takes. But these young players that are just coming up, they have the passion, the zeal is there. The hunger is there
to win
titles, and they still need money because they believe as they are growing, endorsement will come and people will begin to look up to them. From what will happen at the end of the day, you discover that this guy in fact, if they don't, at the end of the day, the game don't end like 2 or 3 sets, I think it's going to be a difficult one for the Americans to meet up with the German, because age-wise, I think we overrun him with the age situation.
Oh, okay, Mr. Aminu, do you concur to that? Who are you giving it to, Alexander Zverev or John Isner?
No, I go with Alexander, just like what D1 said. That's just how it's supposed to be, and that is how it is. Because younger players in games like tennis, they are physically fit, they have the speed, they have the strength.
Okay, guys, let's switch a little bit. We're still talking about amazing event at Miami Open. Look out for that. We'll give you more on Monday as regards games that will go down tonight in the women's singles and also in the men's singles tomorrow. But guys, let's do something. Antonio Joshua against Joseph Parker. It's going to be tonight at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. Already sold out, expected. Guys, let's listen to some of the soundbite we've got for you as regards this fight. Please, guys, still Human Rights Radio 101.1. Do stay with us.
Human Rights Radio on 101.1 FM.
Operation and so on and so forth.
Just been a bit respectful. Okay, it could go my way. I'm sure it will, but it's not gonna be easy. Let's also listen to Joseph Parker, the New Zealand's boxer. Listen to him now.
Relaxed. I mean, I think personally that an angry fighter is a fighter who doesn't really think properly of what they're going to do. So if he's angry, it might work for him, it might not work for him. But I'm never angry, and I'm always relaxed and calm. So I think that's the best way of approaching a fight. And I feel it's worked for me for the past 24, and I'm sure it'll work for me for this one.
Okay, guys, let's also listen to Joseph Parker's promoter. He's been talking, and he's got a message for Anthony Joshua and his fans. Listen to him.
Resumes of Joseph Parker and Anthony Joshua. Joseph Parker's resume is far stronger than Anthony Joshua's. Joshua's got two names on his resume. He's got Vladimir Klitschko at the age of 41, and he's got Carlos Takam, who took the fight on 12 days' notice. We have much stronger names. Believe me, when we fought Takam, we gave him 3 months' notice. When we fought the 29-0 Andy Ruiz, he had 2 months' notice. Dimitrenko, the undefeated Huey Fury that no one wants to fight. We have much better names on our resume.
Okay, he's giving already to his guy. But now, finally, let's just listen to a preview before I come to my great guys in the studio. Let's listen to this preview. Anthony Joshua will be speaking, and Joseph Parker as well.
Parker is a great champion, and I have a lot of respect because they stepped up and they took the challenge.
Anthony Joshua is an opponent I've been looking for a very long time. We respect him and his power, we respect what he's achieved, and we want to fight the best out there.
It's two undefeated heavyweights coming together to put our belts on the line.
You have two guys who want to be the best in the world.
But he's a strong challenger, but I'm ready to take the risk.
We're both going to leave it all out there in the ring.
One loss on your record stays for a 10.
The most dangerous thing Joshua does is he comes forward and he's got power.
And he goes down!
Parker will come better than what I've seen because he knows what's at stake. He wants to shock the world.
I wanted to fight for a long time. This is the opportunity to beat him and be the best in the world.
You know how it goes, no risk, no reward. There's a lot to lose and there's a lot at stake.
Okay, it's tonight. Anthony Joshua against Joseph Parker. Let me start with Mr. Aminu. What are you looking forward to in this bout tonight? What are your expectations? Both boxers for sure are undefeated. One is a New Zealand man, the other is a British boxer. But the fight's going to be in Wales, Principality Stadium, Cardiff, precisely. What are your expectations tonight, really, for this fight?
Well, my expectation for the fight is I'm giving it to Anthony Joshua.
Why?
Yeah, because Anthony Joshua is a more technical fighter than Joshua Parker, and then he is more patient. When you look at the two of them, the way they fight, you know, Anthony Joshua takes his time to fight.
It's more calm?
He's more calm, and then he gets at his target. Anytime he's sending his punch, he's sending it to get a point. So Anthony Joshua is a better fighter, and I'm giving it to him.
Okay, I could see D1 already nodding. Are you also going in that school of thought, in that direction?
I'm not speaking just because Antonio Joshua has his roots here in Nigeria.
Okay.
But I'm speaking as somebody that have worked Antonio Joshua on like 2 or 3 or 4 occasions, and is a great fighter. Someone that have 20 knockout already. You remember the last bout against Takam? That was in October last year.
Also, sorry to for cutting you. That fight was at Cardiff.
Yeah.
Would that be another advantage for him now?
Sure.
Okay,
it's an advantage.
And if you look at him, he's somebody that people would have been running away from fighting Klitschko, and he came around August last year and he fought Klitschko, and he eventually defeated Klitschko.
Yeah.
20 bout already, knockout. Compared to Parker, they have 24 bout, 18 knockout.
Yeah.
While the other remaining one is just like unanimous decision from other judges. And if you look at Antonio Joshua, he's somebody that is calculative in nature. He fight like somebody. I think before round 8, Parker must kiss the canvas because the way you see the punch, and because of this bout, you discover that Joshua was weighing 115 kg before, but he now reduced it to 109. While Parker was 112 before, but right now is 107 kilograms because they know what it means for them to fight. And imagine just only paying view, they are going to. Parker will rake in like 13 million pounds.
I don't want to go there. Now you are there.
Why Anthony Joshua will rake in like 20 million pounds for just only pay as you view? And imagine for something to now come to Nigeria, such bout to come to Nigeria, you know the type of money that will come for.
Bashali's fight. We never see him.
he can't come because the reason why he can't come up is that we don't really believe in boxing.
Yes.
We believe in not just only football, and that's exactly what we are. So it's going to be a great bout tonight. I can see Anthony Joshua before round 10 defeating Parker.
So for you, there's not going to be anonymous decision
at all.
It's going to be by knockouts. It's just going to be by knockouts. Okay, he also said something about that he was a bit skeptical. Like I said, he's been very respectful, but also in his mind, he has his plan. And there was a time he actually raised that by round 6, it should be done and dusted with his bout against Joseph Parker. But again, do not let us take anything away from Joseph Parker, who also, like you mentioned, is also knockout. Yes, 18 knockout. I don't want to believe that there could be a shocker tonight. But I just want to leave it at both boxers being very good when it comes to holding on the WBO, the World Boxing Organization, the International Boxing Federation's belt, the WBA, the World Boxing Association belt, all put together, for this unification tonight. Okay, maybe we should pick 1 or 2 calls before we switch to Super Eagles and also the Premier League. Guys, let's get your opinion as regards what we talk about Miami Open final today, General Ostapenko against Sloane Steven, while we also have in the men's singles tomorrow Alexander Zverev up against John Isner. But in boxing, it is tonight at Principality Stadium in Cardiff precisely. It will be Anthony Joshua against Joseph Parker. So tell us what you think and what you feel could happen tonight as regards this fight. Hit us on 081 89 991011 081 89 991011. Not to miss out. Number to call is 081 89 991011. Hello.
Hello, my name is Cletus calling from Delongada.
Okay, Cletus, welcome to Human Rights Radio. Let's go now.
I'll give it to Joshua.
You're giving it to Joshua tonight?
Yes.
Why? Why, if I may ask you?
Because if you look at the way the guy used to fight, you know that you defeat Parker.
Okay. You've raised a salient point there. Thank you. He's giving it against Joshua because of the way he feels he fights.
And it's not only that. You discover that this fight will come before the wider fight that will come up later in the year.
Weather,
And the promoter of Antonio Joshua is expecting the fight to come up between October, November, December. And before that time, if Antonio Joshua could defeat Parker tonight, they are expecting one bout again against one boxer that they've not mentioned, but they believe that person will come in between. That will just serve as a preparatory ground
for the fight.
And you know whether is somebody that, as the name implies, is a
crazy
boxer.
No, we saw the way he knocked off his opponent just a few months ago. I think round 3, he just got the guy on the floor.
And this one is going to psych Antonio Joshua up. If you wait tonight about, he's going to
create fear.
Yes, in the mind of Wider. Wider knows the type of boxer that Antonio Joshua is.
I can't wait for that fight. You just raised that.
It's going to be a cracker, and I'm expecting it tonight.
Oh, okay, now, beyond these two guys you've mentioned, because at the heavyweight level now, it seems like we're losing that strength. Unlike in the past, when you have Muhammad Ali, you have George Foreman, these guys are good. And, when they were boxing, Mike Tyson, we have Lewis. These guys are very good during their time and during their process. But now, at heavyweight level, if it's not Anthony Joshua now, Anthony Joshua, there's likely no big name. It was Klitschko before, but he's been beaten. Tyson Fury came up in 2015. Manny Pacquiao actually is at welterweight level. It's at welterweight level alongside the money big man, the guy that shows this the money man now, Mayweather Jr. Yeah, Mayweather is at welterweight level, but at heavyweight level, it's it's like we're losing strength, and now it's just all about Anthony Joshua. Now, if he wins tonight, like you said, the other big, so to say, heavyweight game to look forward to will be against Deontay Wilder. It seems like Tyson Fury is still having issues. He's not back yet fully. Klitschko beating, so we've seen the end of. So what's happening to boxing overall? is this what boxing is all about? 1970s. I will come to you, Mr. Aminu, on this. 1970s, 1980s, even the 1990s. Are we losing some glimpse of great stars in boxing, really, now?
Yeah, we are, because when you look at the whole thing, you know that in the heavyweight category, we don't used to have much people at that level, because even to get to that weight takes you a lot of things that you need to do to get to that weight. You know, it's easier to get lower weight than getting heavyweight.
Yeah.
So it's not as if we're losing out in that category. It has been like that. Even during Ali's time, it's only Ali, George Foreman, George Fraser, and they're just few. So in the heavyweight category, you don't get names that are more than 4, 5 in that category.
But
6.
now
Yes.
it's just like Anthony Joshua.
Yeah,
and
and then
others.
yes, and others.
Okay, let's wait if he's going to do the job tonight. A lot of Nigerians banking on him to knock out New Zealand's Joseph Parker. Guys, it's time for prayer. Let's go do this now. We'll return shortly. Do stay with us. It's the Human Rights Radio at 101.1. Techno also joining us live on the show this evening. If you just joined us now, welcome to Human Rights Radio 101.1. Yeah, that's the station you're listening to. And I've got two great personalities in the studio, D1 and Mr. Aminu, an ex international. Okay, guys, let's talk something different. I know you're waiting for it. The Premier League, Manchester City fans, you guys been ruthless again against Everton at Goodison Park. 3-0. Let's keep that. I will come to that, but let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We watched the friendly games against Poland and Serbia. Again, let me start with you, Mr. Aminu. Your general assessment of Super Eagles' performance overall in these two friendly games and what that portends for us at the World Cup.
Well, the truth about it, my general assessment about the team, we are not prepared. We are not prepared with the way the team played the two games. We are actually, if Mikel is not around, then we don't have a midfielder that will replace Mikel. And we're going for a world championship. That's not good for the team. If Ezinwa is not around, then we can have a replacement from the goalkeeping aspect. And then when you look at the match against Serbia, the 2 goals were scored from the position 2. The person defending there, I don't know his name. I don't even know what he's doing. The 2 goals came all from that position. Because once the winger takes the ball, he dashed down and then the next thing he pulls out for the striker to score. So once the midfield, it's having a very, very serious, we are having a very, very serious problem in the midfield. And then we don't have a point man. Point man, we don't have a striker that scores goals. So how can you go to World Cup without having a very formidable midfield and then a striker that will deliver your goals at the time that you need to get the goals? So my general assessment for the team is that we're still backward in terms of the team that we need to present in the World Cup.
Okay, D1, I will come to you, but let me just give a Nigerian's result from the Premier League match day 32, yeah, for some team. Crystal Palace, it ended Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 2, Brighton 0, Leicester City 2, Manchester United 2, Swansea City 0. In that game, Lukaku scored his 100th Premier League goal for Manchester United overall, and also Alexis Sanchez also was in the score sheet. And Newcastle United 1, Huddersfield Town 0, Watford 2, Bournemouth 2. Okay, I will give you all the results much later, but Everton seems to be back in this game. It's Everton 1, Manchester City 3. Dear one, before I let you talk about this, let's listen to, we got the media officer of the Super Eagles live speak with us why the team was in London just after the game against Poland. And I asked him, what was it that Gareth Ross said to the boys? You know, beyond what he told the press, what is it that he told the boys internally just after the game against Poland? And he spoke to us. I want you to listen to this, Nigerians.
But the coach told the team, and it began to reflect this at the post-match conference, that this is just a friendly. The atmosphere, of course, was very good. It was electric from start to finish. But he says that we were lucky to win the game. So he told the team to stay humble, keep your heads on your shoulders, keep your feet on the ground. And I don't think that because you beat 2 teams in the top 10 in the FIFA rankings in the last 2 friendly games, we are now favourites for the World Cup. No. We have to keep working. We have to keep improving our team. And the coach is a very practical person. He told the boys, we have a lot of work to do. We were lucky to have won the game. But did well. I commend you for winning, for keeping your ship, for being organized defensively. But it is not time for us to be over elaborate with our jubilations and our celebrations and forget that this is just a friendly, which is to prepare us for what is the bigger picture, the World Cup in a few weeks from now. Okay,
that's the voice of the media officer of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and that was just after the game against Poland. That seems like a humble speech. perhaps or sentence or sentences, from the media officer. Of course, I know D1, you know him very well, Tony Bitoye. Is this convincing enough? Is this really the true situation of the Super Eagles? That we're lucky against Poland? You guys have to be humble. There's a lot of job to do.
Definitely, I think Tony Bitoye is spot on. Reason be the fact that if you look at what we played against Poland, the game's supposed to end 1-1. If not because they didn't use goal line technology.
Yeah, they had a
the
goal.
Goal that they scored was actually a goal. Let me start the assessment from the back. If you look at our goalkeeper, you discover that he was feeling so jittery that day. He didn't come to the party. Reason be the fact that this guy have not been between the stick when we have great games in the continental international engagement. This is the third time he will be between the stick for Nigeria. He had 2 clean sheets. While against Serbia, we lost. And if you look at him very well, Ezewa is a little bit calm when it comes to control the back line. And this guy, what is he going to tell the likes of Trustekon that they've seen it all? What is he going to tell them? He can't just talk to them that come back, and they will. In fact, the way they will even look at him sometimes, because he's just coming into the game. And if you look at our wing back, you discover that Brian Idowu is just coming in, replacing Echejile. Echejile is somebody that has the experience. It's just like our standby captain. Whenever Ogenyo Nazi is not around, Ahmed Musa is not around, it's Dasin Echejile that will take captain that position. Team, yeah. And if you look at what Brian Idowu play, he really tried because he's just coming into the team. But Chidozie Awaze, this is the second time we will be pairing with Trustekon, and the game we had 2-0 against Nigeria. When he was there against, we played against South Africa, he paired with Trustekon. The game ended 2-0 in favor of South Africa. And again, the second time pairing with Trustekon, the game ended 2-0 against, in favor of Serbia as well. Are we saying whenever Leon Balogun is not there, that we can't get replacement, that we pair up with Trustekon? Is this what we are expecting in the World Cup? If you look at our number 2, Tyrone Ebueyi, when I say Abdullah is not there, the first game Tyrone Ebueyi played for Nigeria, we think that we've gotten somebody that can replace Shehu Abdullah. But it was so difficult for Tyrone Ebueyi to match up the physique of the Serbian players, and it was so terrible that day. The lapses in Tyrone Ebueyi was exposed that day, and it affected. Let's come to the middle of the park right now. Mikel is not around. Joel Obi is coming back after many years that he has not come to play for Nigeria. He's just coming back to replace Mikel Obi. We need a playmaker, somebody that will play in front of Wilfred Ndidi and Ogenyo Nazi, somebody that will play free role and distribute these passes for all these forwards that can score for us. And nobody to do that day. He's just coming up from injury and he's still struggling. Match fitness is affecting him. Let's now look at Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi is trying to do what he knows how to do best, but it's so difficult. And you look at Ahmed Musa, they didn't play Ahmed Musa at the flank the way he's supposed to play. They put him at 0.9 when Dion Igalo was not there. Ahmed Musa cannot play 9, standing 9 for us. They're supposed to just put him to play from the flank, and that affected us that day. So it was so painful that at the end of the day, they exposed us. And this is a pointer to the fact that we need to go back again and look for other players that can help us out. We still have like 2 months to go before World Cup. We have April and May before June. We have other 2 friendlies that will be coming up against Congo. That one will come up here in Nigeria before we play against England, and right there in England. And if they should just use this opportunity, let them just eat humble pie and invite these players that can play for us, not minding the fact that these people have been the one doing it for us from the past. We are going to where the ovation will be the loudest. This is the highest football competition in the whole world. This is not Nations Cup. This is World Cup, where the best legs in the whole world will come together and play football. Why are we going to play against Croatia? How are we going to play against Iceland? Let alone Argentina. Forget about the fact that we defeated Argentina, and as well Spain defeated them by 6 goals to nil.
I know.
When
it's going to be a different ball game entirely. And okay, D1, I think we're going to spend a lot of time. We still have about an hour to talk about this. But what Gennett Ross said, because of time, and also what the media officer said, Tony Bitoye is so close. I don't need to play that voice again. But I will come to Mr. Aminu on something. You raised vital point about positioning, and we have a lot of work to do from the goalkeeping department to the defensive center department down to the middle of the park and even the forward. Mr. Aminu mentioned having a .9. The central midfield was porous that day, very unsatisfactory. He talked about that, and you made all these salient points. So and a lot of guys that also spoke about these games when we picked call here on this station also buttress the point you are coming with. But there's something a concern for me. Ex-internationals, we're able to get few of them to talk about Nigerian chances at the World Cup. And I got Silvanus Opala, I got Taribo West also to speak, and Samson Siasia. Now, they almost go the same way, and that's my fear. I want us to listen carefully to the three of them. Let's start with Silvanus Opala talking about Nigerian chances at the World Cup.
Well, but you must have to aspire to be the first, even as a player. My advice is that they have to go for the trophy itself. I think we have a good team. It's left for the coach.
Okay, he said, I think we have a good team and they should go for the trophy. For me, pressure on the team. Let's go to Taribo West now, just quickly.
I'm looking at them to enter the last 4 legs in the final. That will be in the semi-final. I'm very sure. Yes, I'm very sure of that. It's the first time if you watch through the culture of our national team. Sometimes I sit back to watch the clips. You see that we have a style, we have a culture. We play like a family and like a team. And this is the first time I'm seeing a coach is bringing that philosophy and that vision back to the national team. So there will be a difference with this team, and the difference between we and them, we have players that can make a difference. This team don't have players that can make a difference, but they play together, fight together, and they are young and they are ready to hit the stage. Everybody's hungry. So with this team, I pray that if they concentrate more with discipline and determination, with dedication, they will go far.
Okay, that is Taribo West. Now let's listen to Coach Samson Siasia. He also spoke.
The first games are very important, and we're playing against Croatia, which is not a small fry. So we just have to prepare well, make sure we know our strengths and our weaknesses. They have strengths and our weaknesses too. I think if we can win that first game, then one more draw takes you to the next round. You don't even have to play Argentina to get to that next round. So we know Argentina very well. And we know guys that can kill us in Argentina. Messi will do his damage and Aguero if allowing. So we have to have plan playing against those guys. So I think they have a good chance, but the first game is very important.
I think they have a good chance. So, these three guys are optimistic about the chances of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. My fear is this, and this is my question, even to you Nigerians out there. I would start to put pressure on this team, making them believe that they will get to the semi-final, also believing that they can win it, also giving them that hope that they've got a chance really to lift this cup. Even one man who came to Nigeria during the World Cup tour also, make that assertion. Bikembo, I think, former France World Cup winner with 1998 also, are saying Nigeria's got a chance to win. So every point, as if the arrows is pointing directly to Nigeria to make something extraordinary from this World Cup. But with this preparation we are saying, can we put these two side by side? That truly, it's time for Africa to take the world by storm, and that will come from Nigeria. Mr. Aminu.
Praise. Actually, we have to really call a spade a spade. If we have a team, like what Teribo was saying, during their time, they have players that make difference. And now they don't have those kind of players. The only thing he said, they play together like a team. Yes. So in situation like this, you must have players that can make a difference. Just like what D1 confirmed to what I said. So if Mikel is not there, we don't have anybody that will move the midfield, distribute passes, send the ball to the striker to make the damages.
But basically now, let's look at that midfield, because it's a problem. We've seen what Ndidi has done for Leicester City. Joel Obi, like you mentioned, just from Torino, coming into the team for the first time in a long time. Ogenekaro Etebo was invited, he was injured, so we couldn't have him play. Mikel wasn't part of it. And like the question you raised, without Mikel in that center midfield, can we just play good football? Does it mean we'll lack capacity in that position overall? Is it that we don't have any players anywhere to really combat that disadvantage for us now?
I think our problem is that we don't have creative midfielder. The likes of the last time we had such player was when Austin Okocha was
I watched
playing.
him yesterday night. Goodness, I think 2003 game against Brazil. Ronaldo was just running here and there. He was in total control. Such a player.
What we have now is individual player. Like, let me just quickly talk about what they said. We don't have team yet, but we have individual players.
But are those individual players good enough even to be called individual talents?
Good. They are good enough and they are still young. If you look at the teams that we're going for this World Cup, you discover that Nigeria team, we have the youngest team so far. When Nyamak first manned the post for us, he was 19 years old. And we have this guy also, our goalkeeper, Francis as well. He's just 19 years old. And overall, we have players that can do it for us, but they are individual players. They need time to gel. These are future players. They are not the type of player that can win World Cup for us now. Don't let us deceive ourselves. They can play very well, but it will take time. We need to start from somewhere. This kind of player, they can come back together and win Nations Cup for from there, like what Clement Westerhoff did in 1988, come down to 1994, and all that. You discover that this the exact thing that he did then by grooming these players. He knows what they can do, and he combined them together, and eventually they dominated Africa, going to the World Cup and other international competitions. So this time around, we have players that can do it for us, but they need to come together and play together. And another thing we need to understand is that when it comes to set pieces, we don't have.
Let's keep that. Let's come to that. Let's touch that separately, because it's another thing entirely, and it's a big problem. Kenneth Rowe actually talked about that. Maybe I need to play the voice now because you mentioned that. I will do that, but let's come back to Mr. Let's come back to Mr. Aminu. He mentioned, while you were analyzing, you talk about the forward. We need a point man. Is Odion Igalo not good enough? Because it seems like that is the hope of that forward. Ahmed Musa, like D1 mentioned, cannot play as a top 9. He can only assist from the flank, like Victor Moses and Moses Simon, and Alex Iwobi. We need someone, like you mentioned, at that center forward that will just be there, get the ball, and, buries it in the back of the net. Who can we call upon at this crucial moment? Is Odion Igalo not good enough? Really?
Well, he's good, but not to
Delivery.
what we expected. Everybody expect a good striker should deliver, so he's not delivering.
He hasn't scored in the last time he scored a goal, I think, was against was in Uyo, Super Eagles against not even South Africa. Now there was a game we won, and he actually scored against Cameroon. Yeah, that 4-0. He was one of the goal scorer, and okay, that brings me to something, and I will come to you, D1. Let's talk about, you mentioned individuality about this team. But before this game, to be honest, because I covered virtually all Super Eagles game in Nations Cup and the World Cup, especially played in Port Harcourt and Uyo. And there's something I saw differently from these Super Eagles, from the 2010 guys we saw that went to South Africa. There's this unity and bond in terms of, being together, eating together, joking together, laughing together. Even in training, you see them just, they're alive to one another. But when it comes to replicating that, togetherness on the field of play, it's a problem. And that was the lackadaisical part of their deficiency that I saw in the game against Serbia and Poland. Before that game, there was a voice I played. They were together in a room. They were singing, dancing, a lot of these guys are Nigerian artists, song. And you could see the synergy, the unity before the game. But they got to the field of play, and it was total individuality performance. How can we, or how can Kenneth Rowe, ahead of the game against DR Congo now, against England and against Czech, before we even talk of the World Cup proper, how can he get them just not being synergized off the pitch, but most importantly on the pitch?
Let's start from the angle of the leader. One thing is for the coach to tell them what to do. Another thing for them to translate it on the field of play. Where they don't have good leaders, somebody that can talk to them and they will listen to him, is another problem. Look at the 2 matches that we played and Mikel Obi was not there. You discover that the whole problem that they had was the issue of nobody to tell them that play this way. We are team. Don't play individual football. And you know they are professionals. When you can use your initiative sometime, when the thing is going wrong, you can use your idea to translate what coach has, with couple with what you have inside of you, and you play good football. But nobody to talk to them. You discover that Alex Iwobi was even playing individual a game that day.
As a Wenger kind of game.
Yes, trying to do things on his own. But if Mikel Obi was there, would have called him
to order.
Play this way. We are team. We have the same focus, which is to win this game. This is not the matter of getting glory on your own. The glory will go to everybody. We go to Nigeria. You are donning the jersey of Nigeria, not your individual jersey. And you know what it means. It's a privilege for you. But nobody to talk to them on the field of play. And that's exactly what affected us that day. And I think they just need somebody. They need to transmit it to another player, because Ogeyi Onazi as well is somebody that is a cool-headed guy, but when it comes to the field of play, sometimes he play very erratic. He will play as if this is my own this thing, not considering the other players on the field of play. And you notice what happened to us in World Cup then, and that's exactly what led to how they eliminated us. So we need leader that can do this thing for us on the field of play. Not only the coach alone, but the players also. They need to talk to themselves. And at the end of the day, and they need somebody, a psychologist, like what we mentioned, Gamino, the other time. There's no psychologist for Super Eagle. The last person we had was Robinson Okosun, and he's just there in NFF. He's not doing the job because no money to pay him and other things, and we don't have somebody that can psych them up and tell them that when you are going down, somebody that will tell them that, come on, you need to wake your spirit again. This is football. This is what they are paying you for. You are playing for Nigeria. Millions of Nigerians, they are watching you, and this one will even raise your market value. Play very well, but nobody to tell them that type of thing, and it's affecting us on the field of play. Until we get a psychologist that can talk to them in the World Cup, I think we continue to have this type. I'm not being pessimistic in nature, but I'm just telling you what I'm foreseeing now. If they don't, because other countries will come prepare, and if they discover that we have these lapses, they will just take advantage of it and override us.
So you mentioned two things very key in terms of bringing synergy off the pitch to the pitch. One, you mentioned having a good leader in the team that could talk to them, and you mentioned having a psychologist. Let me come to Mr. Aminu. What do you think overall we need really to get this synergy, this bond in the players to just play as one family?
Yeah. In addition to what D1 just said, he rightly said we have the youngest players to go for World Championship, and a championship of this magnitude, you need matured people. Nobody is discriminating young players to be in the World Cup, but also matured people. Matured people in the sense that sports, the older you are, the better you become.
Yeah. Exposure,
experience. You understand? And that is where D1 said what the coach said to them, they should translate it in the field of play. You can only do that with matured players, not young players. You see, we can all agree that they are fond of each other. They are all going together, eating together, like what you rightly said. But to translate it in the pitch of play
is a problem.
Because they are young players, and that is where the issue of the psychologist comes in to play. Because you need somebody, like what D1 said, to psych them up. If Mikel happened to be around in that game, you will see entirely different way of play, because he psyched them.
But can't we do without Mikel? Because World Cup will come with its own injury. As in assumption now, if Mikel gets injured, doesn't mean we'll continue to have a Super Eagles like this. What can we do really so that if Mikel is out of it, we'll still have the boys to play as if Mikel is part of it?
Yes, we can.
How?
We can. Nigeria is a blessed country. We have a lot of players. But because the opportunity is not given to some players, you can't even get them there. So we need to exploit all our avenue. This is World Championship. Give every player an opportunity. Yes, give him a chance to come and show what he has. You can't just say, oh no, this player is not from, or this player is not this. give every player the opportunity to come and showcase the talent that God has given to him. Then from there, we can be able to get a replacement for Mikel, not making it as if this player, that because he's a renowned player, he must be there. We have a lot of players that you don't even know their names, and they have this quality. And that is why we're having all these friendly games. It should be an open thing.
Now you raised a vital point, Mr. Aminu, because a lot of guys are criticizing Genetro despite how far we think he's done so well with the team as regards not really giving opportunities to a lot of players in these two friendlies. He called the likes of Uche Agbo, Junior Ajayi. He came in so late in the game. You have players like Okechukwu Gabriel of Aqua United, you know, never had a chance to play. In fact, somebody said Uche Agbo has always been in the team, you know, and people like Mikel Agbo, he's been given chances upon chances, but guys still feel he's not giving enough. Do you think, for you, D1, Genetro really underperform in terms of giving players opportunity with these two games we saw?
I think one thing about Genetro is that it seems he already have 11 players that will play for him in the World Cup. What he just doing now is for people not to talk that he doesn't invite other players to come. He has made up his mind that these are the players that are going to play for him in the World Cup. Because I don't see the reason why you bench player like John Ogu. John Ogu is a very good player. We saw what John Ogu play
against Argentina. The little time he came in. And even for Hapoel Beshava also.
Yes.
I think he's one of the lead goal scorers. I think he had about 8 goals this season.
Over there.
In 12 or 13, 14 games.
I expected Genetro to change John Obi and bring in John Ogu. When you discover that Obi is not playing the way he's supposed to play, somebody that he just come in. John Ogu has been with these players for some time. The chemistry is there. He knows what to do when things are going wrong. And he's a very good player. He's a creative midfielder as well. He can play.
A guy, he has a good eye, a good vision on goal.
Yes, the reflex, another thing is there. And you now bet him. See Junior Ajayi that was voted the best foreign player in Egypt.
And also won the domestic league for the 40th time with Al Ahly.
And very good player. You see Gabriel Okechukwu as well. You see what he did in
the Chan tournament in Morocco.
And you just bend this player. It will kill their morale because they will believe that whenever you invite them, you just come inviting them for inviting sake, for them to just come and warm the bench. Why can't you just give them chance? And I must say this as well, you mentioned the fact that we don't have point man. I think we need to invite someone like Obafemi Martins to come to this. If you see what this guy is playing in China, he even scored hat-trick today. Not because he scored hat-trick, but the experience is there.
And he's a good goal scorer.
Look at when he was in the United States of America. He was one of the highest goal scorers over there before he went to China.
I don't know how many goals he has scored in China now, but I know he's one of the highest goal scorers. He has more goals than Odion Igalo.
Yes.
For sure.
So we need to invite all these experienced players to just come up.
Some people will say, D1, that while we're going back again to the memories, these guys are gone or doing, let's call them, bygone and let's just build a team. Perhaps if we don't do well in this World Cup, maybe we should build for 2022 in Qatar and build a team and not just start recycling over. Some guys are saying it. I don't know whether it's like Mr. Amin is not in support of this thought.
Okay, let me just say something. Let's take an example, D1. I'm agreeing with you with the Egyptian team. How many old players do you see in that team? A lot of them.
Yes.
A lot of them. They have young. You do elimination by substitution, not eliminating all the players at the same time.
So you fix old and new.
Look at Iniesta.
Because of the experience.
See what Iniesta is still playing in Spain.
And it's very crucial with Spain.
If they don't play Iniesta, you understand how are they going to? So we need, even if not 11, like 2 or 3 these old players that we talk to them.
They are motivators.
In fact, sometimes they don't play, seeing them on the bench alone, telling them, because they've seen it all. They know what it means to play in such a atmosphere. Talking to them that this is what we do, telling them that in 19 so the last time we played against so country, when the game was going wrong, this is exactly that we did that changed the game for us.
Experience you can't buy.
You can't buy it. There's a popular saying that the older the wine, the sweeter it becomes. So to just buttress what Oga said.
I just hope Kenneth Roy is really listening, because you guys have given a total different perspective to this going to the World Cup. This is going to be our 6th appearance at the World Cup, and the best we've gone is to finish a round of 16. We did that in 94, we did that in 98, and we did that in 2014. Unfortunately, 2006 we were not at the World Cup. Angola took that opportunity, and no thanks to that game in Kano. You remember that game in Kano? I was in school then, and you know, it was a difficult moment for me. Then when I support Super Eagles, there's this you know, you won't be able to eat. Don't be lying again. Now that time I go chop well. You know, but 2010 was also like a failure for us. We couldn't get through the group stage. Ayekbeni's miss against South Korea, and also one man also making a mess of the game against Greece. Keita, you know, that red card killed the game. Then in 2002, Korea, Japan, England withdrew, Argentina we lost, and at the end of the day, Sweden, you know, at the end of the day, we're out of that tournament. So it's another phase for us. But in other African team, I just want us to touch on 2-3 minutes before we go back to the phone line. Let's also look at the chances of all other African team representing us. We've seen Egypt. They got to the Nations Cup in 2017, and they lost the final to Cameroon. Cameroon won their 5th title, thanks to Mo Salah, who also stopped Nigeria from going for that tournament with his goal at Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna. You know, but now is a side that looks, although they lost to Portugal by 2-1, but they came back in their second game. Morocco is another team we need to look forward to. They stopped Cote d'Ivoire from qualifying, and they have another man that have won the Nations Cup with Cote d'Ivoire, did that with Zambia as the coach now, and it seems like he understands the touch of African scene. The 2 friendly games they played, they won their 2 games, one against Uzbekistan and the other one I just want to remember now. But Senegal as well drew against Uzbekistan and also won. I can't remember the second game, but their chances also, they stopped South Africa from qualifying to the World Cup in their own backyard. So we are looking at, you know, Egypt. We are looking at the firepower of Morocco. We are looking at Senegal. We are looking at Nigeria, and also which other team now? There are 5: Morocco, Nigeria, Senegal. Algeria is out of Morocco, Nigeria, Senegal, Egypt. It's remaining one thing. Okay, I will try to remember that. Okay, guys, but let's look at the chances of these teams. Really, is it a breakthrough year? Can we say this is a breakthrough year for Nigeria? We've seen Senegal are taking it a little further out of round of 16 to the quarterfinal in 2002, and Ghana did it in 2010. No thanks to this man Suarez hand. So basically, is this a time we could say one African team should progress beyond that barrier of quarterfinal? For you, D1.
Definitely, I'm looking up to Egypt this time around. Egypt, if you look at them, they have compact team, and to play second, I think Nigeria also. I'm seeing them going past second round this time around, going to quarterfinal, followed by Morocco. But the way it is right now, if Nigeria can just put their heart together, I think being there for years now, they know what it means. But look at Egypt. Mo Salah will be the difference. The moment they have problem with Mo Salah, there will be problem with Egyptian team. But Nigeria, like individual talent that we mentioned, we help us out. We just need coherency and play together. And I think if you can just do that, we might come over Egypt when it comes to quarterfinal stage. But as it is right now, I place Egypt first, Nigeria second, then Morocco third, tipping them to qualify for quarterfinal or even move on to semi-final.
Okay, what about, okay, now, sorry, I remember. Tunisia. Yes, Tunisia is the other team to be part of it. So we have Nigeria, we have Egypt, we have Morocco, we have Tunisia, and Senegal. Three
North
African side, and 2 from, okay, 1 from Nigeria, 2 from West African side. No South and no Eastern African. Okay, let me come to you, Mr. Aminu. Who do you think will go a little bit further? Or do you think all of us will just crash out from
No. I give it to Egypt first. I go with D1 in that aspect. And also, I also give it to Morocco.
Second. Nigeria?
Yes, second.
Okay.
Because of their chances. And then if, just like what you said, if we put our team in order, and do well what we're supposed to do, we do it well. Just like what D1 said, the coach has already have his 11 players in mind. And then out of the 11 players that he's having in mind, some out of the 11 players are not giving him what he needed. You understand what he needs to get from those players. So that is why I'm bringing Morocco before Nigeria.
And, okay.
Yeah.
I think I've been giving it to Senegal. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I can't even
Sadio
explain.
Mane.
Don't even ask me to, because I was just thinking that Morocco for me
Yeah.
should be the should actually do well. The
Yeah.
way they destroyed Cote d'Ivoire and the way they're preparing now, and seeing their hearts to hosting 2026 World Cup.
Yeah.
They hosted the Chan tournament. We saw the way
And they won.
killed.
Yeah.
In fact, they killed Nigerian team 4 goals to nil.
Whitewashed them.
So it seems like they are just adequately, totally
Prepared.
prepared for tournament. Like you mentioned, I tip also Egypt to go far to do some magic. I'm a bit skeptical about Nigeria. Honestly, I've been before World Cup. Maybe I'm talking about my own personal thoughts now. I've been, with Nigeria a bit. I just feel Senegal, Egypt, Morocco. Okay, should do well. Okay, guys.
Praise. Before you go, let me quickly say something. You can't judge the content of the book with the back cover.
Now I made my opinion known.
You can't judge us with our friendlies.
No, I'm not.
Because when the real competition starts, you will see the true fighting spirit of Nigeria.
To be honest, if you ask me the game I fear most between Nigeria, Croatia, Iceland, and Argentina, for me it's Iceland. To be honest,
yes,
Me too.
Iceland.
Me too. Because when you look at a team that everybody is not really concerned about, that is where the main match is. Because everybody knows about Argentina, and Croatia, but Iceland is my main fear.
I think
Sigurdsson factor.
Sigurdsson factor.
Yeah.
And a 33,000 country. The way they've beaten, in fact,
they defeated England.
In fact, they defeated England. They defeated Netherlands in the qualifying series. They defeated Croatia in the first leg. They played 1-1 in the second leg. They've defeated teams like Ukraine. So they've been that team that they've been beating strong side, and they qualified to top their group. They never played through the playoff. Croatia actually finished second in their group to go through the playoff to qualify. But guys, okay, it's time to get your reaction now. I think we've talked a lot about Super Eagles of Nigeria ahead of the World Cup coming in Russia 2018 by June precisely. And before then, remember Nigeria will still play Democratic Republic of Congo, whether in Abuja or Uyo. The Nigerian Football Federation have not decided, but something is sure. The game will be on May 25th. So save that date. And just after that game on June 2nd, Super Eagles will take on the Three Lions of England in London. And 4 days later, at June 6th, we will play our last game against Czech Republic at Austria. Then from there, the team will depart to Russia for the game against Croatia on June 14. The next one will be Iceland, and the third against Argentina. So, guys, let's talk about what you saw in Nigerian preparation for this World Cup. Not just about the friendly games. I go back a bit. If you watch some of our qualification series and some major problems we have with, FIFA coming at a point, deducting our point because we use Shehu Abdullahi.
Right.
We had issues. And, guys, just talk about the whole thing. Let's have your contribution now. Studio line to call is 081 8999 1011. Number to call is 081 8999 1011. Not to miss out. Our studio line to call to be part of this show this evening is 081 8999 1011. Guys, let's talk about this as I try to give you results coming out from different games across match venues in the world. Guys, let's go to the phone line now. Hello, welcome. Hello, you're live on radio. Can you hear me? Can we have you? Hello? Are you there? Oh, Oh, dear. Sorry. Try to call us back. It seems like the phone line is acting up. 081-8999-1011. Let me let you have your thought on this. Okay, someone on the online. Let's pick this call. Hello, welcome. Oh dear. Traffic on the phone line. Okay, guys, keep your calls coming in, but make it cool and brazy. 081-8999-1011. Remember, you can also watch us live in any part of the world on YouTube, on Periscope, and live on Facebook as well. Just type Human Rights Radio. But most importantly, please, if you don't have our mobile app, you can't go to Google Play Store, okay? If you use an Android device, on an iOS device, just type Human Rights Radio. You will see it. Install our mobile app, and with that, you can listen to us in any part of the world. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the Stadium Sports Show. Yeah, welcome.
I'm Baba Sali calling from Niger State.
Okay, Baba Sali, let's have you.
Okay. Hello? Oh.
We can hear you. Oh dear, okay. I want you guys to talk about something again. Calls coming in, dropping. There was a news I tracked 2 days ago as regards FIFA releasing, name of referees for the World Cup. And overall, we had 36 referees, as center referee, and 69 assistant, those that will assist first of AR1, 2, 3, fourth official, and the VAR guys. But in Africa, we had 6 center referees picked, 10 assistant, making 16 overall, but there was no Nigerian. I don't know how dissatisfied. I don't know.
Praise.
Okay, let me just keep quiet. But D1, I was so sad seeing that. And just the same day, LMC released name of about five referees to be sanctioned in our Nigerian Professional Football League for gross misconduct during their job and failing to even submit match reports. Where is Nigeria?
I'm not surprised, Praise, if I should put it this way, because this is not the first time. Even the Nations Cup and other
African
competitions, Nigerian referees have not been listed. So
why?
We have little problem. And I must explain to you that one of the major problems that we are having is the issue of we have people that they are working and they are still parading themselves as referee. We're supposed to separate this thing from each other. When you are inviting referee to come and officiate, and the amount of money you are paying that person at the end of the day is nothing to write home about. It will be very easy for another person to quickly induce that person and buy his or her mind. I'm not saying they are buying their mind, but I'm just saying this is what can happen when you don't do the right thing. Do you understand what I'm saying now? I'm calling you to come and work for me, and I know what your counterpart in other country they are getting. Instead of me to pay you the appropriate money they are supposed to pay you, then I now relegate you to background. You will do shabby job for me. Job that is supposed to do perfectly, you will compromise. Reason being the fact that you are not doing it from the depth of your heart. You are just doing it that they say I should do it. Let me just do it. And something can creep in easily by saying, take something and I will help you out. And because you know what, you have family at home, you know how to you want to take good care of them, you need money to do some other necessary things, then you can compromise your standard easily. And at the same time, the people in charge of our refereeing in this country, they need to step up. I could remember last year or 2 years ago, some of them traveled to London to understudy English referees to see the way they are officiating over there. And let me bust your bubble. No England referee also is listed among the referees that will officiate in the World Cup. Yeah. You see the way they've been performing in the recent time compared to the other leagues that we have. Errors, glaring errors. So I'm not surprised. Many people will be surprised, but we need to higher the tempo of our officiating so that at the end of before now, we have Ferdinand Tudor. He's one of the best.
Now, sorry, let me cut you. Ferdinand Tudor, we attended the same university. In fact, I knew him way back. And anytime I see him in any game, I quickly run to him, just like, a colleague at a point. But there was something that happened in Uyo when Super Eagles played against Zambia. I know I'm live on air, but I've got to say one or two things I saw when I went to meet Olaoluwa in his hotel. Now, there was this, this guy with some other set of referee boards, whatever in Nigeria, were conniving, and they were talking about, the center referee that would come from Zambia to officiate our game, how they would take care of him and make sure he compromised. And I can say emphatically that the referee that officiated Nigerian game against Zambia did that. If you watch that game, I was in New York, he made a call why they scored a goal and he cancelled that goal. But the conversation I listened to Ferdinand Udo made with some referee boards, I was there in the hotel, seated just at the reception center, and the conversation was on. And maybe he never just thought, hey, this is a journalist here. I was so disappointed. And that, for me, just killed my spirit as regards what's been happening, underground with our, if we're saying the best we have. You mentioned Ferdinand Udo. I mentioned him here also 2 days ago that he's the only man that you will call upon in Nigeria that will officiate, games in CAF. But goodness.
No, Praise. Don't be surprised. It's just what you witness. We don't know the politics. We don't know the politics.
No, it's deep, and especially in Africa,
it's deep. Very, very deep. In fact, so you can win. That's why you see some Nigerian representative here. They win like 3-4-0. By the time they travel down, you will see 7-6-0 at the end of the day. We need to know how to play the politics. You can't separate football, sport from politics. They work hand in hand. So we need also to know the nitty-gritty. We don't need to know how to play the politics so that we part of. Do you think that all these countries that they listed their referee, maybe some of them, they are not even better than us?
Yeah.
They are not better. When it comes to officiating, they are not better than
Senegal, Morocco has about 3-4 matches.
If you check their league, they are not better than us. In some areas, they are not better than us, but they know how to play the politics. In fact, we need to start from the grassroots here. We need to start from inside something. We need to settle our problem within.
But I'm sorry, let me cut you because of calls coming in, guys. Apologies. We're just trying to dissect this issue. We're going to pick your call. But Mr. Amina, I want to ask you this. Do you want to mention politics, in this? How important is this really to this issue? Must referee decide to agree to, play this, how will I put it? Wait for the home team to take care of them. I cover the leagues. Like, let me use Lafayette for an example. I was there for a while. And, there's this game, anytime National United want to play, there's this hotel, they put the match official. I try to go there, just see what happens around. You see the chairman of a club already sitting with referee and trying to buy him some suya and some, how do you do that with a center referee and expect that such a referee not to compromise? Because he has eaten fish. He has eaten.
Yes, actually, I agree with what D1 said. In a situation whereby you don't pay somebody handsomely, he will compromise. Let me just, I'm sorry to use this. It's just like Nigerian police. You don't pay police very well. The government don't pay police very well.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. And how do you expect a policeman not to collect bribe? He must collect bribe because his salary is nothing to write home about compared to other advanced countries. If you see a police in advanced country, you don't dare even talk to him about bribe because the government take care of his accommodation, his uniform that he wears, the cars that they drive for patrol. They give them new cars, they fuel the car and everything. Here you see our policemen going to buy 1 liter of fuel. So what I'm saying in essence here is, if we pay our referees very well, insure their lives, give them life insurance, that if peradventure anything happened to any referee in the pitch of play, his family will get a handsome payment, compensation for him. I bet you Nigerian referees will dominate the world championship. Not only in football, in all sports. Because if Nigerians want to do anything, they do it to the best of their ability. We are gifted. But if you don't take care of them very well, these things will continue and we cannot be listed in FIFA championship or even in CAF championship because they must compromise.
Okay, I don't know. I'm really on this. Okay, guys, let's go back to the phone. Hello, welcome. I know you've been calling for a while. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening to you. I'm sure you've listened to all our analysis.
Of course, sir.
Okay, let's have you now. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is SP.
Okay, from where?
From Juba Express.
Okay, let's go now.
I have the belief that the Super Eagles will go far.
Okay.
Yes.
Where's the confidence coming from? What's giving you that belief?
Yes, because when I look at the way that the young players they are doing, I have the confidence in them that they will go far.
Okay, thank you so much for your call. We appreciate you. Let's pick one or two more other calls, guys. Before we pray, 08189 9911011. That's the line to call. 08189991011. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello?
Yes, good evening to you and welcome to Human Rights Radio. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Steven Noyelo from Gudu.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, please, sorry to say this, this is our team, this is our Super Eagles.
Yes.
I don't really believe in them for now.
Why?
We have a lot of youth players there, and there's a lot of problems. Now, first problem we are having in our national team now is goalkeeping department. We have problem there. Secondly, we have striking problem. We don't have a striker that we can just believe that this one can deliver at the end of the season. And also our midfield and defense, there's problem in these three areas. So nothing is done about it. I don't think they will go far. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. He practically mentioned all departments. So now, when you have a problem with your goalkeeping, okay. Hello, welcome to the show. You don't do live on air. Welcome.
Hello.
Yes, good evening to you.
Baba Sali is still calling back.
Okay, Baba Sali, let's have you.
My contribution about the referee.
Yes.
The way our old man was saying is true our referee, because that is why I don't like to watch our league match.
Yeah.
Because anytime Nigeria are playing the league, the way the referee appreciate, truly I don't like it. Are you with me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We are with you.
So that is why I dislike to watch our league. I look at football all the time, but the way referee appreciate, there's no way the home player will win the home match.
Praise, can I quickly tell him before we drop?
Yes, please.
Please, I think we need to understand something. It's not good for us to throw away the baby with the bathing water. We have some referees that they are very good in this country, and if you you are mentioning our league now, I've covered many leagues, and I saw referees that they've. In fact, we need to give kudos to them. So out of every 12 disciples, there's always a Judas. So we must definitely have people that will not perform up to expectation, but not all the referees. So just find your time. Maybe if you are close to Nasarawa, just go there, or Lobby Star, go to Makodi, or you go to other venue and you are going to enjoy NPFL.
Hello.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay, please, I want you to change your mindset as regards the league. I want to beg you to go watch one of our games and call us back and tell us, what you see, perhaps from that game. Please, you are from which state?
I will do that.
You are from which state?
From Niger.
Okay,
Niger
go to
Tornadoes.
Bako Kotangora Stadium and watch Niger Tornadoes, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you so much for your call. I love him for something. He's a passionate guy, who want to watch MPFL. But I think this is also one of the job we must do in media, to try to reorientate people that really it's getting better. It's not that bad the way it is 5 years ago. Someone on the line. Hello. Are you there?
Hello?
Yes. Please, can you speak in 30 seconds? It's time for prayer. Please.
Okay. I am Success by name.
Okay, let's go.
Yes, I believe in Nigeria that by the special grace of God, we will go back again.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Success, for that. That is short and precise. Guys, let's go pray now.
All right, Radio.
handball player hanging out with Prez Alonge. Keep listening to the dial 101.1 Human Rights Radio.
The general assessment of this game. From that prayer moment, I do hope you had an amazing time praying alongside with us here on Human Rights Radio 101.1. Of course, it is almost time to leave the studio. And let's just switch a little bit, guys. Let's talk about Commonwealth. A Nigerian team are participating in the Commonwealth tournament at Gold Coast, yes. And the tournament is going to kick off just next week, so we'll talk more about that. But ahead of this big one, Nigerian team, table tennis, basketball, a lot of para sports will be participating. And we've got an ex-international in the building. So one or two things. What do you think from your own exposure angle and your experience, what is it that we Nigerians should be looking forward to from these Commonwealth teams, really? What do you think we should be looking forward to from, Nigerians now? What should be our expectation from these boys? Then I will ask you later what their delivery should look like.
Yes, our expectation is a very good outing for Nigeria, despite that there are hitches here and there, because there is issue of dropping the female table tennis team from going for the Commonwealth. And this has to do with the...
Do you think that is a right decision from the Nigerian Table Tennis Federation, Engineer Isiaka's led board?
Yeah, it's not the issue of the Nigerian Table Tennis, but the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
How?
Yeah, because the ladies were dropped by the ministry, not by the Table Tennis Association, Federation.
But also the Federation also gave a release that it is for them to decide who competes in tournament, and that they are going with those athletes that did well at the Glasgow 2014 Commonwealth game. And for them, they also decided that the likes of Afunke or Shonanke are not good enough. But I agree with you that it's in between. We can't totally separate the ministry from this act and also separate the Nigerian Table Tennis Federation from this act. But generally, you are an ex-athlete. What does that mean? What does such decision do to an athlete?
It affects the athletes. It affects the athletes psychologically, because you are not supposed to tell a federation to decide because you did not perform in 2014. That is the professionalism that we're talking about.
That we lack.
That we lack. I will always say this, and I will continue saying it. No sport commission, no good sport organization in Nigeria.
I agree with you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the truth about it is, if you have sport commission, they are professionals. They are technocrats who knows the technical know-how of sports. You can't give sports to people that don't have business with sports, people that don't know anything about sports. So you are trying to tell me now that the last World Championship that Nigeria football went, they didn't perform well. So they are not going to Russia because you believe they are not going to perform? That is exactly what they are telling me. Because if they said the female team didn't do well in Glasgow in 2014, and that is why they decided to drop the female team, that is wrong. And no trial. Funke has won major tournaments in Africa.
Even the ITTF
yes,
African Championship.
yes, she won. So why are you doing that? Why are you dropping her?
Okay, now let's finally, because we are out of time, how far do you think our Commonwealth athlete, with all the preparation from the Ministry of Youth and Sport alongside individual federations, how far do you think we can fare?
Well, I did not see any good preparation from the ministry. The only people that I have hopes
who are you banking on,
are the Paralympians.
I agree with you.
Those people are the only people that will make us proud in Commonwealth. But every other sport, well, they will try their luck.
Okay, let's see how that pans out, guys. We will wrap up the show here. Thanks to D1, is out of the studio. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And thank you. I can't say thank you enough to Mr. Aminu. Please, I'm on my knees. I will need you on this show consistently. I know you're busy. You've got a tight schedule. But please, we still need you more, especially now that we are going to the Commonwealth Week. We'll continue to track a lot about development as regards Nigerians' performance this year tournament. I know in Glasgow in 2014 it was quite remarkable. We won about 31. I can't recall exactly the medals, but I think in overall 31 or 32 medals. But let's see how far we can go this time around. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you very much, Praise. You don't have to be on your knees to ask me to be here. Please, this is our home. This is our radio station. I will always be here when the need arises. When you call on me, I will be here.
All right.
Thank you so very much for the
opportunity.
Guys,
Nigerians, thank you so much for keeping abreast. It's been 1 hour, 30 minutes. We started the show a little bit late. Apologies. I hope you've accepted that. Do join me on Monday, and that will be, of course, that time again by 6 in the morning, 2nd of April. So enjoy your. It's a moment to celebrate for the Christians and all Nigerians all together. A season to show love, a season to show compassion, a season to value life, a season to help one another to grow. It is not a season to bring anybody down. It is not a season to capitalize on some people who are disadvantaged. Please, let us help a soul. It is a season to come together. Maybe not the way Super Eagles played, please, but together as one people and as one nation. God bless Human Rights Radio, and God bless Nigeria. My name is Praise Alonge. I am smart and sleeky. Good night, sport fans. See you on Monday, and enjoy an amazing holiday period. See you on Monday.